Are you ready to check your change jars, coin boxes, or that old piggy bank sitting on your shelf? Because you might be sitting on a hidden fortune without realizing it. Some of the most ordinary-looking wheat pennies, those classic coins with Lincoln on the front and the famous wheat ears on the back, are worth far more than their face value. In fact, a few of them have shocked collectors by selling for thousands, and in some cases, hundreds of thousands of dollars at auctions. These pennies, minted between 1909 and 1958, were once part of everyday life in America. People used them to buy candy, newspapers, and other small items. But today, a handful of these coins are considered ultra-rare treasures, prized for their minting errors, low mintages, or unique historical significance. What was once just a single cent could now be your ticket to a collector's dream payday. In this video, we'll count down the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable wheat pennies that are making headlines in today's coin market, from early 1909 rarities to shocking mint. Mistakes that slipped past the eyes of the U.S. Mint. We'll reveal the details, the stories, and the jaw-dropping prices behind these legendary coins. So stick around till the end, because one of these valuable wheat pennies might just be hiding in your collection right now. Now we will talk about one of the most valuable and surprisingly rare coins in the wheat penny series, the 1938 no Mintmark wheat penny. At first glance, it may seem like just another old Lincoln cent, but this coin holds a secret that only true collectors and experts recognize. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark, the 1938 no Mintmark wheat penny is highly sought after for its rarity and pristine condition, beautiful luster, and strong historical significance. While millions of these pennies were produced, very few have survived the decades without wear or damage. Most circulated heavily during the late 1930s and the war years that followed. That's why finding a 1938 no Mintmark wheat penny in mint state condition is incredibly difficult, and this scarcity drives its market value sky high. In lower grades, the coin might bring in $10 to $30, but when you move up to higher grades, the prices soar dramatically. A red-brown or full red specimen graded MS-65 can easily fetch $800 to $200, while examples in MS-66 or MS-67 red condition have been known to sell for over $10,000 to $15,000 at major auctions. Some flawless coins with deep red brilliance and strong strikes have even touched prices nearing $20,000, making them a true collector's dream. What adds to the coin's allure is its connection to a transitional era in U.S. coinage history and a time when America was slowly coming out of the Great Depression and heading toward the war years. The 1938 wheat penny represents not just a piece of copper, but a symbol of endurance, survival, and value across generations. So if you ever happen to come across a 1938 penny with no mint mark, especially one that looks unusually bright and crisp, don't overlook it. Get it checked by a professional grading service, because that tiny coin could be worth tens of thousands of dollars and possibly turning your ordinary penny into a life-changing discovery. Now we will talk about another incredibly valuable and highly collectible coin, the 1940 no Mintmark wheat penny, though it might look like a regular Lincoln cent at first glance. This coin can be worth a small fortune depending on its condition, color, and rarity. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the 1940 no Mintmark wheat penny is famous among collectors for its brilliant red luster, sharp strike, and excellent preservation in uncirculated grades. While over 586 million of these coins were produced, most have long disappeared into circulation, losing their shine and detail over time. Finding one in perfect mint state condition today is extremely rare, and that rarity is exactly what drives collectors wild. Even a lightly circulated example can bring $10 to $50, but if you happen to own a mint state red penny, the value skyrockets. A Minnesota no Mintmark wheat penny graded MS-66. Red can sell for $800 to $200, while those in MS-67 red condition, the highest quality examples known, have reached auction prices of $10,000 to $15,000, and sometimes even more. In fact, one of the finest known examples sold for an astonishing $18,000, proving how valuable this simple copper coin can become in pristine form. Collectors also treasure the 1940 penny for its historical charm. Minted just before the United States entered World War II, it represents the final peaceful years before the war changed everything, making it a coin that tells a powerful story of American history resilience, and craftsmanship. So next time you're sorting through old change or inherited coin jars, keep an eye out for a 1940 wheat penny with no mint mark. If it still shines with that deep red copper glow and sharp detail, it could be a rare survivor. I am possibly worth thousands of dollars in today's market. What once bought a stick of gum might now be a piece of numismatic gold. Now we will talk about one of the most eye-catching and surprisingly valuable coins in the entire wheat penny series, the 1941 no mint mark wheat penny. This coin, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, may appear like an ordinary old penny, but in the world of coin collectors, it's a true hidden gem when found in exceptional condition. The 1941 wheat penny holds a special place in history, as it was minted on the eve of World War II, a time when America was on the brink of monumental change. Over 887 million of these pennies were produced. But that doesn't mean they're all common. The majority circulated heavily during wartime, and very few survived with their original bright red luster and flawless surfaces. That's what makes uncirculated examples of the 1941 no mint mark penny so incredibly desirable and valuable. In average circulated condition, this coin might only bring a few dollars, but once you step into higher grades, the story changes dramatically. A red-brown example graded MS-65 can fetch $100 to $300, while a full red MS-66 might sell for $800 to $200. However, when it comes to the finest specimens, coins graded MS-67 or higher with full red color, collectors have paid $15,000 to $20,000 or even more at major auctions. Some rare flawless examples have been known to exceed $25,000, making them true treasures in the coin world. What makes the 1941 penny even more fascinating is its historical and emotional connection. It represents a snapshot of America right before entering World War II, a symbol of everyday life before the chaos of global conflict. This emotional value adds another layer of appeal for collectors and historians alike. So if you ever come across a 1941 wheat penny with no mint mark, don't let it slip through your fingers. Look closely. If it shines with that deep red brilliance and shows no wear, you could be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. It's not just a penny, it's a piece of history, a story of endurance, and possibly a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. Now we will talk about one of the most legendary and talked about coins in U.S. history, the 1944 wheat penny. At first glance, it looks like any other Lincoln cent from the 1940s, but this coin hides one of the biggest mysteries and most valuable minting errors ever discovered. During World War II, the U.S. Mint switched from copper to steel for 1 year in 1943 to save copper for the war effort. But in 1944, when copper returned to production, a few steel planchets from the previous year accidentally got mixed, in creating one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in existence, the 1944 steel wheat penny. If you find a 1944 penny that sticks to a magnet, congratulations, you might be looking at a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Only a few dozen genuine 1944 steel cents are known to exist from all mints combined. These rare error coins have shocked collectors and investors with their record-breaking prices. In circulated condition, even a lightly worn 1944 steel wheat penny can bring $30,000 to $50,000, while uncirculated examples have sold for over $100,000. The finest known specimens, graded MS-66, have fetched $200,000 to $500,000, and in some rare private sales, nearly $1 million has been offered for pristine examples. But even the regular 1944 copper wheat penny is a collectible in its own right, especially in high grades or with unique mint marks. Millions were made, but those with strong red luster and perfect surfaces can still sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A top-quality 1944D or 1944S wheat penny graded MS-68 red can bring $5,000 to $15,000, depending on the eye appeal and rarity of the grade. What makes this 1944 penny truly iconic is its story. It marks the post-war return of copper coinage, a symbol of peace and recovery after years of global conflict. It's not just a coin, it's a piece of American history, a reminder of the sacrifices of the war era, and proof that even the smallest mistake at the mint can create a priceless treasure. So if you ever come across a 1944 wheat penny, especially one that looks silvery or sticks to a magnet, don't overlook it. It could be one of the rarest coins in the world. Simple penny worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. Now we will talk about another fascinating and valuable coin that marks the final chapter of the world. War II era, the 1945 no Mintmark wheat penny. This coin, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, carries deep historical and collectible value. It represents a period when America was celebrating victory and returning to peace after years of global conflict. While millions of these coins were produced, only a tiny fraction have survived in pristine, untouched condition, and that's what makes them so valuable today. The 1945 wheat penny was made of copper, tin, and zinc, the traditional bronze composition restored. After the steel experiment of 1943, with over 1 billion coins minted. It might sound common, but collectors know that condition, color, and rarity of preservation can transform this penny from a simple coin into a 4- or even 5-figure treasure. In circulated grades, a typical 1945 penny may be worth only 10 to 50 cents, but in higher mint state conditions, values climb sharply. A red-brown MS-65 coin can sell for $100 to $300, while a brilliant red MS-66 or MS-67 example can command $800 to $2,000, though truly elite specimens. Those with deep red color and perfect surfaces, graded MS-68, read by PCGS or NGC, have sold for $8,000 to $12,000 or more. These flawless examples are so rare that collectors often compete fiercely to own one. The 1945D and 1945S wheat pennies from Denver and San Francisco mints also hold great value in top grades. A high-quality 1945D MS-67 red can sell for over $6,000, while an MS-68 red example from San Francisco once fetched more than $15,000 at auction. Beyond its monetary worth, the 1945 penny carries a symbolic meaning. It was minted in the same year the Second World War ended. It represents a turning point in history, when the world was rebuilding, and America was entering a new era of growth and hope. So if you ever come across a shiny 1945 wheat penny, especially one with a rich red glow and sharp detail, handle it carefully. It's not just a simple copper coin. It could be a piece of history worth thousands of dollars, a rare reminder of victory, resilience, and post-war America. And that wraps up our list of the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable wheat pennies that could be hiding right in your pocket change or coin jar. These coins aren't just small pieces of copper, they're living pieces of history, carrying stories from the Great Depression, World War II, and the golden era of American coinage. What might look like an ordinary, old penny could actually be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars if you know what to look for. So before you spend that old penny or toss it aside, take a closer look. You might be holding a rare treasure that could change your life. If you enjoyed learning about these incredible coins, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to FM Coins for more amazing stories, rare finds, and valuable coin discoveries. Who knows? The next big coin jackpot might be sitting right in your hands. Keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth a fortune.